Hello everyone, welcome to VMA's Tech Videos. In today's session, we will be covering OSI model. We will be discussing the 7 layers of OSI model, which is a conceptual framework for understanding how computer networks operate. The OSI model stands for Open Systems Interconnection, and it was developed in the 1980s by the International Organization for Standardization and is widely used in modern networking. By the end of this presentation, you will have a better understanding of each OSI layer and how they work together to form a functional network. Let's go through the different layers in an OSI model. The OSI model consists of 7 layers, each of which perform a specific function in the network. These layers are organized as follows: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. Each layer has its own set of protocols and standards that govern how it operates. These layers are designed to work together to transmit data between devices in a network. Let's go through an example scenario to understand the OSI model much better. Let's say you want to send an email from your laptop to a colleague's computer on the other side of the world. Here is how the OSI model comes into play. Physical layer. When you hit send on your email, your laptop converts the digital data into a physical signal that can be transmitted over the network. This might involve converting the data into electrical signals that can be sent over a copper cable or into light signals that can be sent over a fiber optic cable. Data link layer. The physical signal is transmitted from your laptop to your router, which is responsible for forwarding the data to the correct device. The data link layer ensures that the data is transmitted error-free and is in the correct order. This might involve adding error detection and correction codes to the data, as well as managing flow control to prevent data overload. Network layer. So your router needs to know how to route the data to the correct destination. The network layer will use the addressing and routing protocols to ensure that the data is sent to the right network and device. This might involve using the IP address of your colleague's computer to route the data across multiple networks. Transport layer. So now once that the data arrives at your colleague's computer, the transport layer will ensure that it is delivered reliably and in the correct order. This might involve establishing a connection between your laptop and your colleague's computer using protocols like TCP, which ensure that the data is transmitted without errors and in the correct sequence. Session layer. The session layer manages the communication session between your laptop and your colleague's computer. This might involve establishing a secure session using protocols like SSL or TLS, which encrypt the data to prevent unauthorized access. Presentation layer. The presentation layer is responsible for translating the data into a format that can be understood by the application. This might involve compressing the data to reduce the transmission type or converting the data into a specific format that is required by the email application. Application layer. Finally, the email application on your colleague's computer will receive the data and displays the email message to your colleague. In this scenario, each layer of the OSI model played a specific role in transmitting the email message from your laptop to your colleague's computer. By understanding how each layers work together, you can get a better understanding of how computer networks operate. Now that we went through the example scenario, let's do a recap of the different layers in OSI model once again. Physical layer. The physical layer is responsible for transmitting raw data bits over the physical medium, such as cables or wireless signals. It defines the physical characteristics of the network, such as voltage levels, timing, and data rates. Data link layer. The data link layer provides reliable data transfer between two devices on the same physical network. It is responsible for framing data into packets, detecting and correcting errors, and controlling access to the network medium. Network layer. The network layer provides logical addressing and routing for packets across multiple networks. It is responsible for determining the optimal path for data to travel from the source to the destination based on the network topology and traffic conditions. Transport layer. The transport layer provides reliable end-to-end data delivery and error recovery. It is responsible for ensuring that data is delivered in the correct order without errors or duplications, and that any lost or corrupted packets are retransmitted. Session layer. The session layer manages the session between the applications. It is responsible for establishing, maintaining, and terminating connection between applications and for managing data exchange and synchronization. Presentation layer. The presentation layer converts data between the application and network formats. It is responsible for data compression, encryption and decryption, and for defining and interpreting data formats. Application layer. The application layer provides network services to the user. It is responsible for implementing protocols and services that enable user applications to communicate over the network, such as email, file transfer, and remote login. Hope you all got a better understanding of OSI model in this session. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.